Welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. On another very special day, we are going to be looking into Xavi Hernandez's first training session as the Barcelona coach, the excitement, meeting the players for the first time, and most importantly here, we are going to be talking about the rules and the order that Xavi is going to demand of these players. What rules are they going to be? What order are we going to see as the hard work and the change? It's already underway. Let's get to it. Because, as you can see right here, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Of course, the presentation was absolutely incredible. Of course, the emotion was very special. But we've all been waiting to see Xavi Hernandez standing there in the full Barca tracksuit, not as a player, but as the coach. This man right here, he is the example for all of those players that are going to work under him. And as you can see right here, Xavi arriving there at the Ciutat Esportiva. And just have a look at that, guys. Look at the backroom staff that he has behind him. That looks there like a man who's arrived with his own personal army. He is not only arriving here as Xavi himself, as the man that we all know very well, but he's bringing with him so much firepower there, so much backing, people around him who he really can trust, that he's really assembled during his time there out in Qatar. This is a man who understands the challenge that he faces, and make no doubt about it, Xavi is ready. And of course, whilst many of the Barcelona players are currently away on international duty, there are still plenty there that are in and around the club that also, of course, are on the injury list right now. And what I thought was really important here was to see the players arrive reportedly 2 hours before training there, to see Xavi, to talk with him, to really get to know him before the session even starts. We're going to be coming on to all of those rules shortly, but I also thought it was great to see the injured players there too, because obviously, whilst they can't participate yet in the training sessions, I'm sure they would absolutely love to be out there, but they can still talk with him, they can understand Xavi's ideas, and it was really important to see them there too. And I mean, if it was me, if that's Xavi's first day as the Barca coach, I don't care if I've got to hop to training on one leg. I am going to be there. You're not taking that away from me. Absolutely no way. And what I loved as well was Xavi here alongside Ousmane Dembele. It was reported last night in the media that Dembele could not wait to meet Xavi after hearing what he said about him in yesterday's press conference. And I just think there, if you're Dembele sitting at home watching Xavi get presented, you hear the words there that you can become the best player in the world in your position with Xavi's help. You're watching that thinking, okay, this could be special. You can imagine Dembele now being as motivated as he ever has been. Somebody there who really does believe in him. And it's said that Dembele believes that Xavi can be key in turning around his Barca career, becoming a success here, and having a close relationship with the coach that he hasn't had since working with Thomas Tuchel all those years ago at Borussia Dortmund. It was also nice to see Xavi there greeting some of our young stars. Ansu Fati, of course, present, even though he is on the sideline. And of course, Xavi, I'm sure, like all of us, will be hoping that he can have Ansu Fati available as soon as possible. But still, think of the work those two are going to do together. Very exciting indeed. You've got Nico Gonzalez there too. He's also stayed behind from Spanish under-21 due to because of a slight problem, but he should be available very soon indeed. And I can't wait to see Xavi working with these exciting midfield talents. You think of all that quality we've got coming through. Nico there, Xavi as well, of course, who's away with Spain right now. And of course, Pedri. Who better to teach them, to guide them at this stage in their career than Xavi Hernandez himself? And it's not just about that either. It's not just about here, the young players, the talented players, the players who are established, but also think about those who've been cast aside. Think about the likes there of Ricky Puig, somebody who didn't play under Ronald Koeman, who was cast aside very much so, lost a lot of confidence during that time. And think as well about Samuel Umtiti, somebody there who is looking for an opportunity to get his way back in. Every player, Xavi said yesterday in his press conference, will start from zero. We're starting from scratch here. Every player will get their opportunity to shine, to prove themselves. And you just think there, if you're one of those fringe players who haven't quite been able to work their way back in, this is your moment. You've got to be now hungry, motivated, get the best out of yourself to prove to Xavi that, you know what, I do deserve a second chance. I do deserve an opportunity in this team. And I just think here today, for all of us Barcelona fans to be looking at those photos, seeing Xavi passing on that wisdom, the ability there to pass on all the experience that he's had. He's been in their very position. And then to see him out on the training ground, out on the field, they're instructing our players, starting to put all of these plans, which let's not forget, have been years in the making. Xavi has been planning and waiting for this big opportunity, and you can feel how excited he is. And we as fans can feed off that. Players as well can certainly feed off that. And today, it was like a dream come true to see Xavi out there as the Barca coach. No, actually, it wasn't like a dream come true. This is a dream come true. But of course, guys, along with the training session itself, along here with all of that excitement, I want to go back to yesterday in the press conference there where Xavi repeatedly spoke about introducing rules and especially there enforcing order at this club. And I was just watching the presentation back because, of course, that's kind of all I've done since it happened. And I was just listening there to the way that Xavi was talking about enforcing those rules. And it just made it sound to me like Xavi was fully aware that up until now, the past few seasons, there's been no rules there. There's been nothing at all to actually discipline these players, to actually keep them in check and on the right path. He made it sound as though, you know what? We've got to enforce something here that doesn't exist right now at the club. And of course, we've mentioned over these past few days that the training, the preparation is absolutely fundamental to making progress at this club. And that's something certainly that from the very word go, Xavi will be looking to change. But it's not just about that too. It's not just about the training session. It's everything. It's everything around it there, day to day. Xavi apparently is going to have a clear schedule for these players. We're going to be very strict on timings. Everything is going to be mapped out, everything planned. There will be order and structure at last at this club because Xavi will indeed demand of the players to arrive earlier before training even begins. So before the session is even due to start, Xavi wants these players at the training ground an hour and a half before the session is due to start. And what Xavi right now is very keen on is that the entire squad eat together. That's something that he really wants to enforce because whether it be breakfast, whether it be lunch there with the team, it not only creates a good feel, a squad that's together, a group bond there, but what it also does is ensure that the club can control a lot more what the players are eating. We all know at this top level, at the elite level of sports, how important nutrition is, and Xavi's nutritionists will be watching over everything the players are doing inside the club. Then, of course, there will be the matter of the length of training. Obviously, training is very important, but you've got to do it for a decent amount of time. You've got to make sure you're working the players and actually ramping up that intensity, as we discussed a few days ago. Xavi spoke yesterday in his press conference. He said that training sessions would last between 1 hour and 1.5 hours. And that's interesting there because those longer sessions that may last an hour and a half, that would be the equivalent right now of 2 of our normal sessions. Under the previous coaches, sessions there would be around maybe 45 minutes, an hour, absolute maximum. But we could be coming here working for an hour and a half, and that is exactly what we need. And we need it to be intense work as well. But of course, don't just think here that at the end of the training sessions, at the end of the day at Barca, players are going to go home and that's going to be that, you know, the end of the order, the end of the discipline. No, it doesn't stop there. That is the most important thing right here. There are going to be rules for discipline away from the field, outside of training, when players are at home, in terms of exercise, in terms of the workouts they're doing, the recoveries they're doing, nutrition, what players are doing in their spare time, everything, absolutely everything here, it's going to be organised. And if you want to win in football, especially in the modern day, if you want to be up there with the best, you must be obsessed with your work. It is as simple as that. Because I remember back when Pep was at the club, and that is the one word that I would use to describe Pep. Along with genius, I would also say obsessive. Every single detail was organised. Nothing was left to chance during his time at the club. He almost ran the players' lives for them. It was almost like they didn't have to think about what they were going to do because Pep himself was organising it for them. He was making sure that every single day, every single hour, they were doing what they needed to do. And that's no exaggeration, because what is very clear is that if you don't have discipline and organisation off the pitch, what hope have you got for having it on it? We on the pitch want to see a team who are organised, who are disciplined, who understand their roles, and in order to get that final product, what you need first of all is to really enforce that discipline off the field. And with that being said, Xavi apparently will reintroduce fines at the club for those who are late to training, who are repeatedly late, or show any signs of unprofessionalism, fines that apparently have not existed at the club since the exit of Luis Enrique in 2017. And this is exactly what I mean. All of those years since, players have been allowed too much freedom. They've been going around doing what they want. It's been far too relaxed. We have lost track and lost focus on what's important. Because what Xavi knows, more than any other player, is that at Barca, there is a right way and there is a wrong way. And over the past few seasons, it's almost like we've been adopting a no-way policy. There's been nothing. No preparation, no plan, no dedication, and as a result, no motivation. We have drifted. You can see that in the performances, but now, the playtime is over. The serious work is going to begin to make us a serious club again. Every player has to step up, every player has to show discipline, and there is only one way that we are going to get back to the top, and that's together. Working hard as a squad that's united, and after Xavi's first day, that work is underway. And so indeed, guys, after a very, very special past 2 days, we had Xavi's presentation on the Monday and now on the Tuesday. What a special day. Xavi there, leading the team as the new Barca coach. Please do leave all your thoughts in the comments down below there from the new rules. And again, not to sound like Dua Lipa, but what Xavi is going to introduce at the club. What do you make there of the changes that we could be about to see? And of course, they're the meetings with each of the individual players. Who are you excited about? Who do you believe that Xavi can really get the best out of? Please do let me know all of those thoughts down below. Of course, I'll see you soon. I will be seeing you so soon, because there's more to come. There is plenty more indeed. Thank you for your support. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.